Good morning, everyone. Honorable Session Chair, Global Flood Partnership 2022 Annual Meeting. My name is Kobiruddin. I am working at International Center for Integrated Mountain Development. It's based in Nepal. Now I am going to present on flood mapping and potential flood shelter suitability mapping for disaster risk mitigation in Bangladesh using geospatial technology. If you see these few pictures, like background is the inundated area, also some video clip I collected at different news media. During the flood, actually, it's very terrible life. So what I have seen also when I was secondary school student in 1918 flood, there is massive flood was happening in Bangladesh. So we don't know actually during the flood what to do, how to go, and what kind of information we can give. So this is one of the very challenging tasks when flood are coming. We don't know how to go and how much water particular area, where is the flood shelter, and how we can get also essential food. So during the flood, actually, everybody's life very much challenging. We need as much information we can provide to the uh, flood victim people. So normally, what we do during the flood or before flood or after flood, there is many responsibility as we are involved in Earth observation science. So using Earth observation science, what we can do, we can identify the flood hazard, vulnerability, risk mapping, flood early warning system, flood inundation area, flood damage assessment, also flood shelter suitability to reduce the flood risks. If you see this map, uh, this is actually Bangladesh, but looking this map, you can think, oh, where is this place? Actually, this is the Bangladesh, situated at the bottom of the Hindu Kush Himalaya region, also southern part Bay of Bengal. Due to the topography, due to the weather pattern, it's always cloudy. There is lots of days are cloudy day, rainy day, and also top of the Bangladesh, highest rainfall region in Bangladesh. There is always lots of rain happening and easily flow to the downward. So in this situation, what we need to do, we need to use the SAR remote sensing data, what we can use for our flood mapping. Earlier time flood mapping was very much challenging because we need to buy satellite image, but nowadays when Copernicus they launched Sentinel was for everybody, so it's became a life became a very easier. So we can use the Sentinel-1 image for our flood inundation mapping so quickly. We not need to buy this image. One of the great things, this satellite has a good revisit options, so we can get also very much quickly for another day flood inundation area. Cover is also very vast and time series and frequent revisit. And also it's produced very authentic flood inundation map that can be used for relief operation, that can be used for rescue. So these are the very useful information we can generate. So for flood mapping, what kind of tools we are using? For flood mapping, earlier time we are using the Sentinel snap tools. That was very handy. So we developed some model builder in snap tools. So once we downloaded uh, Sentinel-1 data, then we can do some pre-processing, and finally we create some flood map. But it was a little bit time consuming because downloading data was sometimes challenging. Our area maybe not that much good internet comparatively developed country. But it's also one of the important things how we are proactively supporting, that is also important. Once this Google Earth Engine also they started to provide all the Sentinel image with once Google started to providing Sentinel-1 image through the Google Earth engines, our flood mapping also became a much more easier because we not need to download the data. Also, we not need to have a that much powerful computer. So it's become a very easy. So we could do flood mapping so quickly, and we are doing actually nowadays flood mapping using the Google Earth Engine. So this is the flood map. This is the flood map you can see, and this is the Sentinel composite for Bangladesh. So we are trying to ensure the quality of rapid flood inundation map. How we are doing? So we are looking the how is the backscatter situation. Suppose here you can see the BB or BS backscatter. How is the difference are there? Also, another things we are doing, we are getting the Landsat image particular areas. As an example, this is the 2019 19 Landsat image. Also, luckily we got same day Sentinel image. So we compared the Sentinel image flood map and Landsat image flood map. How is the matching are there? So after doing flood map, Landsat and Sentinel, we are comparing the how is the omission and commission error. So we found if there is cloud-free Landsat image and also Sentinel image, if we are doing flood map, it's very close to that. There is very little differences between Landsat and Sentinel base. So based on that, we think the Sentinel-1 image is very good for flood mapping in Bangladesh, as this is the completely flood area. Here is I am showing 2016 flood inundation mapping using the SAR imagery. This one we use the LOS pulsar for Bihar, and also we use the Sentinel tool. One of the things we always do when we produce the flood map, we create some visualization system. So if anybody doesn't like to our data, so they can visit our website and they can say where is the inundation area. Also, we disseminate all the data through our easy mode RDS system, regional database system. So anybody can download also flood inundation map. So we are not only disseminating the one of the JPG map, but anyone can download our flood inundation map so easily from our RDS, as well as they can visualize this flood inundation map. So this is the same way we did flood inundation mapping 2017. There was lots of flood data there. So this is a scene by scene we put at this application system. You can see the application link. If you are interested, you can view also flood inundation apps from this link. Similar way we did flood inundation mapping for 2019. Not only that, we try to see also flood inundation map is of every month. So how is the flood inundation are there? Because this is very much important to see where is the flood was long duration, where is the short duration. Because if there is any area flood inundation or long duration, there definitely crop area going to be a damage. But if there is some area already flooded water, no more, if somewhere no more flood water, that means that area don't have problem. So this is the way we try to see the how much redundancy particular area. After doing such kind of flood mapping, we try to see also the where is the people they can easily evacuate. After doing all kind of flood inundation mapping different months, we try to see the where people should go if there is flood coming. So for flood coming, we consider there is many layers. Suppose flood, so many each and every month, also different year, we try to see where is the area most flooding area. Then we try to see the landform, because all the kind of landform are not flooding. So different kind of landform was flooding, everything. Some area flooding, some area not. Elevation also, where is the little bit higher elevation, those are the area not flooding. Other important things was to consider accessibility. So accessibility, also for this study we use JRC accessibility data. So where people can move easily, we try to see. Also beside that accessibility, we use the OpenStreet layer, the road layer, so for movement. Also location of the settlement. Location of the settlement, because if any flood shelter close to the settlement, people will be easily go that particular shelter. So it should be actually, any flood shelter should be close to the settlement. Also population density. If we are building any flood shelter, it should be dense populated area, other than where is very sparse population are there. It should not be. Also what kind of land cover we have to use, we try to consider the land cover. So after that we did a simple reclassification. So after reclassify the ease of layer, and we overlaid weighted overlay, and we got the flood shelter suitability. So this is the layer. You can see that this is the flood occurrences map, elevation map, land cover map. So we use what kind of land cover should be good for flood shelter, population density, accessibility, then distance to road, distance to settlement, and also this is the topographic condition. So this is the some simple flood inundation we have collected during the flood. You see the people house completely inundated, and no one can stay their home. And during the flood time, even if you are staying home, sometimes wrecks come. Sometimes it's very scary when a flood coming are there. So considering those are the layer, we prepared the flood hazard map for entire Bangladesh. So this is the area. You can see the flood shelter suitability, also suitability maps. So once we have done the flood shelter suitability and hazard map, so we try to see where is the actually priority area need to construction based on the bivariate chloropath analysis. So we found this is the hill, Chittagong hill, there is hardly flooding. But if you see the Howrah region is in Bangladesh, Sylhet region, there is maximum flood occurrences we could show. So this is the area actually need to be need to build lots of flood shelter where easily people can evacuate or they can stay temporary shelter. But this is the coastal area, though there is lots of cyclone coming. There is many cyclone shelter has built, but not a flood shelter, because flood shelter and cyclone shelter slightly same purpose, maybe disaster mitigation, or people can take disaster shelter. But this area, if the government converting the more school, suppose this is the recent flood, people are taking the flood shelter. Even a flood shelter also inundated, but if government trying to see the where is the suitable area they can build and close to the house, I think this will be very much useful. And this is also another recent flood was in Bangladesh. So considering the time, I don't want to take your more time. Thank you so much everyone listening me, and thank you organizer giving me a chance to present my work, what we are doing last several years on flood inundation mapping, also using our earth observation techniques. Thank you everyone listening me. I don't want to take more time. Hopefully next time I'll join in person in this event, and I will learn from you what you are doing on flood inundation mapping using earth observation science. And thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.